Hello, my name is Gary DiPaolo. I am a fourth year at the University of Virginia, and this is my multimedia introduction. So, I am originally from Long Island, New York. I was born at Long Island Jewish Hospital in New Hyde Park, and I live about 35 minutes east of that in a little town called Comac. I went to public school my entire life, K through 12, graduated in 2013. Came to UVA in 2013. I started an undergraduate education initially in mechanical engineering, but around the end of my first year, I decided that mechanical engineering wasn't exactly the path that I wanted to take. I wanted more of an interdisciplinary approach to an engineering education, so I ended up doing engineering science as my major, focusing on mechanical engineering, but also applied mathematics, and I ended up with a minor in physics. Currently this year, I'm finishing up my undergraduate education, but I'm also beginning graduate work at the Frank Batten School of Public Policy and Leadership, getting my master's of public policy. And additionally, I'm looking at applying to law school this year, and I'm determining, depending on acceptances that I get and where I am in the graduate program, whether or not I want to stay here a fifth year or if I would forego that and go to law school. So a couple talks about my passion. My first passion is the law. I do want to be a lawyer. That is my ultimate goal as a career. It's why I'm going to law school. But I've always found law interesting. I found looking at the minute details of law, what governs our society, and then kind of one way of how we can use the law to make ourselves a better people, a better society, but also what laws are necessary to improve society, whether you're looking at criminal justice reform, mandatory minimums, sentencing, drug rescheduling, or something on the business side, whether it's patent law reformation or tax law reformation, anything that really is going to make the society that we live in work better than it is currently. Next is a passion that I've had for about I would say this would be my 8th year of it, which is Model United Nations, which is effectively a simulation of some kind of government or intergovernmental or non-governmental entity where students of all ages, I've been in conferences for middle schoolers and I've seen conferences that had full adults. And you assume the role of some actor in a discussion, whether it's a country or a particular person, or you're representing an organization or a company, and you engage in a debate about a topic, and you try to come to some kind of consensus. So I've been doing that since I was a freshman in high school. It was one of the first things that I really got involved in extracurricularly, and I love it. And I personally find it really important to who I am as a person because it's given me an opportunity to explore so many issues about the world that I would never have thought to look into. Whether it's, the situation in the South China Sea, territorial disputes between China, Japan, and a number of other countries that are currently going on, or something like what we called the Future of the Internet Summit, which was getting together a lot of getting together in the sense that we're representing them, tech companies, telecommunications companies, government agencies that have a play in this, whether it's the federal, at the FCC, or other agencies, non-governmental agencies, and basically having discussion about what the future of the internet looks like and what laws and policies that we need to institute to ensure policies such as net neutrality are promulgated through the next couple of decades. So I found that really, really interesting to me, and it's given me a pathway to look at a lot of different issues, and I feel like it's contributed to me having a more broad view of the world and understanding that I'm a student at heart and I'll never truly know all the information that I want to know. And so looking at what I need to learn and who I need to talk to get me to a point where I can make a decision. And really the third passion, I guess I would say, is more driven to what challenge space I want to work in, is the business community and business interactions and what policies and laws that we need to institute to have businesses be incentivized to do things that they may not initially want to do in the first place. Because businesses have a bottom line they want to run, and looking at what policies, what technology, what anything they need to incorporate into their company some strategy or policy that's going to make society as a whole better. I did work at the U.S. Government Accountability Office this past summer, where I was looking at the Internet of Things, which is a concept of computer chips being implanted in basically any facet of our lives and collecting and transmitting data. Um, and there's a lot of security issues, but companies, as of right now, aren't exactly incentivized to put those safeguards into their technology. So looking at what can we do as a government, what can we do as a country to create pathways that businesses do feel incentivized to protect people. So I think that drives home what I want to do this semester or in this year is looking at new technology that will make society better in some facet, but also realizing that we don't exist in a vacuum and looking at how we can incorporate policies that will make those businesses feel as if they have to have this technology. And it's not just, some green tech that makes the world better. It actually makes their businesses more profitable in some respect. So that's what I'm really interested in looking at as far as specific technologies. I'm really open to anything. I like to just get my hands dirty and learn. That's really what I'm looking for this year. So thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you next Wednesday.